So it has been a pleasure to work with you guys this semester, and this is a short video just to give you a little tips to work during the break. So these are just fundamentals concepts. Remember, every time that you're gonna play your clarinet or you're gonna practice, the first thing you have to do is to warm up your body, right? So stretch a little bit. We have talking about this during our lessons. Just stretch a little bit your arms, your hands, your neck, shoulders, especially if you're playing in the morning. So you can take your arm like this and stretch out for 8 to 10 seconds. I'm not gonna do the whole stretching session because it's gonna take too long on the video. And then you go down like this, each hand, each arm. You can do like circles with your shoulders like this. The back, 10 circles to the front like this. You can stretch out your neck 8 to 10 seconds. To the other side. This way your body is gonna warm up and you're gonna feel better and you're gonna prevent any injuries, especially if you're playing for a long time. The other thing you have to do every time you play, especially first time in the morning, is to do a couple of breathing exercises so you get into the shape and into the feeling of how you use your air when you play. So a couple of exercises you can do is just exercises that help you to be aware of your diaphragm, and we have talking about this air support in our lessons. So you can breathe and hold the sound like this, with air pressure, so you feel that you're pushing fast air and you're feeling that your diaphragm is flexed. So this is exactly how we should feel when we play the clarinet. So a couple of more of those exercises, long notes or short notes like like this one, so you feel that okay, this is my muscle, this is what I need to feel and to use when I'm gonna play and blow air into the clarinet, and always thinking fast air and focus air. Then after this, we put the clarinet together, make sure that the reed is in the right place, make sure that everything in the instrument is in the right place, right? And we're gonna play and we're gonna try that the first sounds that we produce in our clarinet are sounds that are clear, that are well placed, and they're not like just out of focus and fast notes, but instead of that, sounds that we can hear and focus that they sound very well. So we need just simple and long sounds. Choose a note that you feel comfortable, that is like your favorite note. I don't know, for me, for example, D, this D. And so focus on everything that you do. That's the most important part. You don't need to warm up for hours. You just need to warm up in a smart way so it works for your body. So one note, exhale, and then take a lot of air and play a long note, focusing in all your embouchure and how you're using the air. I'm not going to do it the whole warm-up session here, but the idea is to play the note as long as possible and try to keep the note steady without movement, right? And at the end of the note is smooth also, and it's not like going down or moving at the air, but you are holding your air support until the end of the note. And after that, we can do a short scale, a scale that you feel comfortable to. We don't need to play at the beginning something that is hard, that is gonna make you stop or make mistakes. The idea with the warm-up is that it's not stressful, that it's not frustrating, but it's something easy to play and just help us to get into the feeling, to get into the mood of or playing our instrument, and of course checking that everything is working well. If you feel that the reed is not working well, just change it and try also the whole register of the instrument to make sure that everything is ready for a practice session. So a couple of notes like this one, long notes. If you can include notes from the low register too, like G or A, the lower notes. Or F, and also include notes of the middle register, so you get used to also that different resistance that we have in the higher register, the notes with the register key, like D, for example. As long as you can. And at the end of the warm-up session, if you have, depending on the time that you have to practice, if you have 30 minutes, you kind of like manage in the time that you're gonna use to warm up. So if you don't have a lot of time, so to use 5 to 8 minutes to warm up. If you have more time, like an hour, you can spend 15 minutes warming up. So that all depends on the time that you have. And what I will do next is to choose a scale. If you can do the scale 2 octaves, that would be great because we cover the whole register. If not, you can just do 1 octave. But the most important part of this is that you do it very slow. If you can use the metronome, that's better. But the idea is to hear every note. We're gonna do it very slow, and we're gonna hear every note and try to make all the register as even as possible. As you know, in the instrument, we have different registers and they all feel the same in our body, right? The low register, you know, it requires more air, but it's open. And you know, the register here with the G and A, G sharp A, they're more easy to play. They have like little resistance to the reed. Then when we use the register key, it feels completely different, right? So what we want is to play this scale in a way that we do what we need to do here and using our air, so we can produce a scale that sounds even in all the register. Okay, so if we need to just push a little bit less air or push a little bit more air in when we're passing through those notes that are different, just to make it as even as possible with a really beautiful sound. We're gonna try to do this slur, so we don't use the tongue, we just focusing and pushing the air with good support all the time. So the scale that I recommend is F major, because we start from the low register, we go to the middle register, but it's not too high. It's a scale that we don't need to worry about the notes too much, right? Because we all know it. So I'm gonna play F major. I'm gonna try to show you how we should do it. That will be the end of the warm-up session for you all. You can do the same scale a couple of times. You can use another scale that feels comfortable too, like G major scale, C major scale, and then you're done with your warm-up session, and then you can go to the session where you choose exercises or whatever you need to practice. I hope you like it, and please use these tips when you play your clarinet. See you next time.